Hi guys, today I have been working on this side of our electrical panel and the boys are doing the strapping upstairs. We got scaffold and we got the rest of the breakers that we needed. So Dad actually did this side and I have been working all morning on this side. So you can see just the wires come down as clean as possible. And then there's actually a loop in here and each wire is labeled to know what breaker they go with, and we have it on this here with each room and with our circuits. So as you can see, we have 15 amps and 20 amps. These are all AFCI breakers. That's kind of what I've been working on. I got 8 done so far, and I think I have 10 to go. So it's looking pretty full and getting complete. Okay, so I'm gonna try and show you how this works. So this is my wire that I just came in with from this ground, and it's a 12-2 wire, and I stripped it, and then I'm taking the ground, and what I have to do is attach it to this bus bar in the back here. So obviously I always cut longer than what I need to make sure that I have enough. And then I cut, and then I attach it to the closest one, really, to the breaker. It doesn't really matter, but, and then I kind of make sure that the grounds are all tucked in behind, and then I loop. Now the reason why we've looped this is in case for whatever reason the inspector doesn't like what we did, we have lots of extra to work with if we ever had to move things around. So then what I need is I take a piece of yellow wire and I'm gonna write the breaker number on this, cut it, so you can see here it's all labeled. So got a 9 to put over top of the wire to hold them together. And then that way it's labeled and it has the yellow shielding to show that it is in fact a 12-2. And then what I have to do is cut it even more because I don't need that much. And then I strip my wires. Need my 20 amp AFCI breaker, which I got off Amazon. Not sponsored. Definitely not sponsored. I mean, if Homeline wants to sponsor me, I've spent enough money. Because each one of these is like $100. So, okay, so this is the plug-on neutral breakers. So you can see there, it just literally plugs on to the bus bar there, and here is where you attach your neutral, and then in there is your hot. So now I have to loosen off the screws, attach my neutral, tighten it back up, attach my black, tighten that back up, and then that's pretty much it. So the breaker just kind of plugs on, just like that. So then of course, we just kind of fix those, and that is how we do the breaker. I'm gonna be shadowing, so there we go. That way you can kind of see. Okay, number 10. So the boys wired, or yeah, they wired. No, the boys have labeled all of the wires, so now I just go through and look for each number in sequence. And then I kind of took those up out of the way. And now, I don't think the camera recorded this the last time, but now I have to staple. Okay, so I stapled here, and now I have to do a staple down here as well to be within 12 inches of the box. Here inside you can see that we have these connectors. So when you punch out a hole, and then you add these little wire connectors. But I already have one back here. So loosen off a bit. Going to tighten up the connector. And then put my last staple in for this one. I haven't labeled these ones yet. They're all labeled, just not in the correct spot. So that's number 9. And then number 10. Okay, you can see the wire comes in, and then I'm going to bend it to show me roughly how much length I need. And I always cut it extra long. 12-2 is a pain in the butt to cut. And then I take my knife and strip the shielding. Like that. And I take my ground, loop it, cut it, tighten up the bus bar screw. I did that loop a little long, but it's because it's getting quite tight. So ground is in, and then again, gonna loop, make sure that I only need that much. So then I can strip. So I need a breaker. Loosen off my screws. neutral first. Actually, I'm gonna cut that a little shorter. Just because then the shielding is tight to the screw connector. So neutral in, black in, tighten up the screw. Oh no! I forgot to add my little shield number. So, this is number 10. So, number 10, I just cut that. I pushed the little wire pieces out of the shielding. And then put that over top. Now I can add my breaker. There we go. Now I plug on the breaker. There it is. So then I just move up my shielding. There we go. And that's how you do a breaker. There is what I just finished today, and we just have this one that we have to rerun because it actually goes over to there and then up and over. So we have to just switch that out. So this one will run along here and into a breaker right here. And then we have an extra space there, an extra space there, and then this one is actually the effluent pump for the septic that we're not sure exactly which one that is, if it's 20 or 15 yet. So, but anyways, there is the panel pretty much wired up, ready to go. This is the dryer coming in and then goes up to this one, and then we have the electric range which comes up and goes to this one, just because it was easier to move the big wire like that. So there we go. Okay, so this is what the boys got done today with the scaffolding. We got 2 sections. We got 3 sections this morning. Kyle and I went up and got them, and they're almost done, the entire cathedral. And then we just have 3 boxes to do, and then I also have the LED boxes to do around the edge once the framing is done around the fireplace.